Hello and welcome to our ethical studies class, in which our project will be based in making our own religion. This project is aimed for students from the third year of ESO in Spanish classes, and what we want from them is to develop a new perspective and a new way of thinking of the 16 religions, and with that creating a new one with the main principle of all of them, or creating their own point of view and thoughts. So the main objective of our project is to create a new religion after studying the main religions all over the world, such as Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. What we want from them is to approach a religious tradition, way of living and thought, daily lives, festivals, and especially I want them to acquire a respectful and new perspective of all these religions in order to create a new one that they will be working on during all the lessons, and that they will have to present in the last one. Okay, our project, as I have said, will be divided in 6 lessons. Okay, 5 of them will be theoretical and especially practical lessons with collaborative learning as the main methodology, and the final one will be used for developing and explaining the creation of the religions that the students have been working on with the help of visual aids and apps and websites and all the tips that they need to use. As you can see here, there will be a speaking presentation, and we will see later which are the requirements that they have to achieve in order to develop and to create a proper project. Okay, the first lesson will talk about Christianity and Islam. We want them to show us the previous knowledge that they have about these religions, and we're going to show them some images from both religions. Okay, and what we want them to do in a collaborative learning task is to talk about those religions, what they know about them, which things they know as the holy book, as for example the traditions, the steps, what is forbidden for them, what is not, what a good Christian or Muslim should do, and so on. After that, we are going to give them a vocabulary exercise, in which we will give them some vocabulary related to both languages, but in a untidy manner, in which they have to classify according to their knowledge which words are related to Christianity and which words are related to Islam. Like, for example, cross, like, for example, Ramadan, like, for example, blood, Quran, and so on. Okay? Finally, in this lesson, they are going to have a written and oral dynamic games in which all the words that they have been working on will be handed by the teacher to the different groups, and they have to describe what that word means, but without saying the name of the word. So it's like a kind of a taboo in which they are going to give a description about the words, and later the other groups can have to guess which word they are talking about. Okay, on lesson 2, we will continue with Christianity and Islam. And what we are going to do here is to show them 2 pre-teaching videos about those religions, in which a Christian man is talking about how a good, proper Christian person should do, which are the objectives that he or she should achieve, and the kind of life that they have to hold. And the same with Islam. There will be a video in which students will see how a Muslim person should live and should act according to his or her religion. Okay. with this videos, we are going to create an ideas exchange activity in which they are going to talk about those religions and which are the things that they didn't know because they have been taking notes from the videos. And the final objective is to make a diary. They are going to imagine that they are a Christian and a Muslim, and they are going to write a kind of diary in groups all together to say how their lives would be if they were a Christian person or a Muslim person. After that, all the groups will be reading their diaries aloud, and the rest of groups can raise their hands in order to make questions, to give their opinion, to express their critical point of view, if they consider that the other group should include or remove something or something like that. And finally, they will have a brainstorming to know their previous knowledge about Hinduism and Buddhism, because it's the two religions that they will be working on the following lessons. So, as you can hear, lesson 3 will start with Buddhism and Hinduism, and they will have reading preparatory text. The teacher will give them some text about those religions, but the teacher will not say about which religion belongs to its test. They have to see the difference between them, and again in groups, because they will be working always in a collaborative learning method. They have to decide if they talk about Buddhism or Hinduism. So this is the guessing game, the previous knowledge that we were talking about. And after finishing that, again, they are going to talk aloud with their group and later with the other groups in a collaborative stack with all the class, if they were right, why they decided that one text belongs to Buddhism and why the other belongs to Hinduism, and so on. After that, the teacher will give them a Socrative test in order to know more about what is their knowledge about these religions. They have to complete it, okay? And after that, the final task of this class will be to create a fictional tutorial as if they were YouTubers. They have to choose one of the religions, and they are going to look for information with their phones, with laptops, or all the application they want, because they have to teach how this religion works, which are the main steps, the main objectives, the main tradition, the way of living that they have, as if they were teaching in a video, YouTube video, okay? Of course, at the end of the class, the rest of the groups will be able to say which are the best tutorial videos, which were best explained, and so on. On the 4th lesson, we will continue with Buddhism and Hinduism, and the teacher will give them a mute word map. In this map, they will have all the word without color, and the teacher will explain that they need different colors in order to put color to the different religions they have been studying, so Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism. After that, what they have to do is to talk about which countries develop those religions. For example, if Christianity is mainly focused on Europe, or if Buddhism in Asia, in Africa, wherever. And for that, again, they are going to use one more time their phones or all the applications they need. When they finish that, they will talk again about which are the main conclusions that they have arrived with the information on the internet. And the teacher wants to teach them again, showing them a video from YouTube about what are and where the wars and troubles related to religions all over the world. For that, they will be prepared for the next lesson. As you can see in here, the next lesson is going to be about religion, wars, and troubles, okay? In which, one more time, they will be sharing information about which were the main ones, or which are the main ones right now. And they are going to prepare an oral debate. Once they have chosen one of the words, the most important words or trouble related to one of the religions, they are going to debate why these words are being produced, why they were produced, or how they think that this could be solved. Of course, all the groups will respect the others' speaking turns, but they are able to give their own opinion about these debates, about other group debates, and asking question again and saying if the debate is not very well established and so on. The good thing about this debate is something new, because we will have 4 groups with the 4 different religions that they have been studying, and another group will act as monitors and guides for the rest of the groups. So it is in this occasion, of course, teacher will help them to guide them if they need it, but there will be the students themselves, the group of students themselves who will monitor in the rest of groups. And after that, and at the end of the class, they will do a brainstorming about minority religions, because of course we know that they know more things about other religions or other beliefs. So the end of the class will be for that, what they know about those minority religions, okay? For example, if they talk about religion related to Africa, or religions which belong to bigger ones, and so on. Okay, this would be an oral collaborative task with all the class, and the teacher will be writing on the blackboard their ideas, and later they can check if they have time, if their ideas were correct or not. And finally, before starting the lesson number 6, which is the lesson of their project presentation, the teacher will answer questions and doubt that they have before introducing their visual and oral presentation. So the last part, as I told you before, will be to make, to present, because they have made before their own religion. The requirements will be that it's got to be an oral presentation video in which they have to include visual aids, and they have maximum 7 or 8 minutes per group, because the teacher wants them to have a competition after the presentations, because he or she wants them to vote for their groups which were the best religion makers, okay? And after that, the teachers will give them feedback of which were the most important mistakes they made, or in which parts they can't improve, or give possible solution, or even congratulate them for being so creative and being so respectful, and for following main steps for making a religion. So the main objectives of this exercise, of this project, will be to develop listening and writing skills, reading abilities, and of course a sense of initiative and respect for other religions, for other way of living, and to be creative and to participate in the creation of a new religion, presenting their own point of view in a critical way, and to develop how their way of living would be better if they could create a new religion and to follow it as if it was their way of living forever. So that's all, and thank you so much for your attention.